are live.
Greetings and welcome to Season 2, Episode 16 of City of Destiny, a part of the Untold Stories projects. Tonight's episode is titled Evil Twin. I am your host and game master, Aaron. City of Destiny is an actual play of mutants and masterminds, the world's greatest superhero RPG, from Green Ronin Publishing, using concepts and themes derived from the Emerald City sourcebook, and is set within the connected version of Earth Prime that can be seen in too many other offerings from the Untold Stories project to list here. Mutants and Masterminds is a D20-based system which lets players and GMs create stories featuring all of the greatest heroes of their imagination. It is one of my all-time favorite systems due to its balance of playability, detail, and flexibility. One of my favorite things about this game, though, is its inclusion of hero points. Now, these let our heroes re-roll a die, take an extra action, recover from a dangerous condition, or use their powers in new and creative ways. Our heroes each get to start with one of these hero points, and they can get extra points for good role-playing, funny jokes, unfunny jokes, clever decisions, and from me using their characters' weaknesses against them, and finally, by your generosity. If you subscribe, renew a subscription, or donate bits to our stream, you will generate a hero point that can be given to the player of your choice. We are a small but growing little streaming network. All those likes, follows, and subscribes help grow our little PL6 network into the PL14 powerhouses we hope to one day become. So let's meet our players for tonight, shall we? Say, "It wasn't me, heroes."
It wasn't me, heroes.
Heroes, let's go ahead and have you introduce yourselves. Tell us your name, who you are playing, and answer our question of the week, which is, if your hero were to lose their powers and gain the powers of someone else from our connected little universe, whose powers would they want to gain? Not necessarily who would you want your hero to gain the powers of, but who would they want? And let's start with Jenny.
I knew it. Hi everyone.
I didn't.
My name is Jenny. Well, I either always go first or I go last. There's no in between.
You're not first or last.
I am playing Portal, and I think Portal would probably like the powers of Johnny Rocket. They are powers that make sense to him. They jive with kind of who he is. I mean, teleporting isn't all that different from super speed in a lot of ways. And yeah, I think he feels like he would do pretty well with those. And I will pass it to Calvin. Mute.
You're on mute, Calvin.
Reverse the polarity. Still nothing.
Still nothing?
Oh, there you are.
Okay. Here I am. Hello. I am out loud playing Calvin. Or... Hello, I'm Calvin. And I'm... and tonight... Well, I mean, technically. Tonight, I am playing the sneaky Spider Queen. And to answer the question of the day, I feel like there's a practical answer and then an answer that she would say, because I feel like if she didn't have her normal powers, she would like magic powers similar to Hex's, because I think part of her likes the idea of studying to understand magic instead of just stumbling into it. But if you were to ask her, she would say Keone's powers without hesitation. And speaking of, I will pass it to Aunt Puppy.
Hi, I'm Aunt Puppy, and I will be playing the aforementioned Keone. To answer the question of the day, I think Keone would want Centuria's powers, just because, she is the think last person before she makes any actions, and she would just love the idea of being able to just punch the shit out of anything. Her or Princess's powers would probably be the two, just where she could just punch it and just punch and punch and punch. Because it's close to stabbing, but like blunt. So I feel like that would be where she would be in her wheelhouse.
She would be
So
like, "Yay, I don't have to hold back."
yeah, like yeah. It would feel nice for her, I think. So I think that's who she would ultimately pick. Is somebody with more less far away fight powers and more like I'm just gonna be up in your face fight powers. So with that, I will pass
Sure,
it to
she doesn't
Gary.
just want to punch Ethan.
I mean, that's true. I think that would also be ideal, like just being able to punch anybody. She's very tough, but not very strong. So I think having the opposite of being very strong would be a welcomed thing for her.
Gary, I'm playing the Star Knight, Cam Cole, and he would go with Hexa's powers. He has seen her wreck shit on multiple occasions, and he likes that nice area of effect attacks that she has is something that he would like. But I also think the idea of he's not good with technology. He's not good with magic, so that kind of is a wash there. And the fact that she uses items, okay, a wand, a sword, it's kind of something that he can wrap his head around. So I think that would be perfect for him. Oh, bless you. And
Sorry.
with that, I will turn it over to Jemmy.
At least I sneezed before I started talking.
Yeah, good timing.
Hi guys, I'm Jemmy. I'll be playing Hexa, our favorite witch with no actual magical talent, also known as Bella. Normally I do that in reverse, but I forgot that today. LOL. To answer the question of who would Bella want powers from, Keone would definitely be fun. But they kind of really like resonant. And there's just that part of her that is the fact that she's never had magical abilities. She can work magic. She figured out how to use that little tiny drop in her that lets her activate the implements she can make and do rituals. But she's never just been magical. So it's like, yeah, Resonant's like the coolest magical person she's seen that still works in what she understands of kind of witchcraft in a way. I mean, crystals, but she gets that. That makes sense to her. So she would love to have that ability. But yeah, passing it to the GM, and you have to answer for Tommy.
I have to answer for who?
Tommy.
For Tommy?
Yeah.
I mean, Tommy doesn't have powers. So...
No, but if he could get powers, who would he want?
Oh, probably he'd want Ethan's powers.
Fair.
I think you should answer for the kids because they don't have powers and
Yeah,
what
they don't have
powers they would
powers.
like.
They
They don't have powers.
I mean, if you really want me to answer that,
I've written multiple times on here, teenage kids are sus, multiple times in my notes. So
in fairness, though, Aunt Puppy, how many times have you said, I don't know, Ethan is sus, Spider Queen is sus, Hexa is sus, Star Knight is sus?
I think I did have Hexa was sus, but I don't think I had Spider Queen was sus.
Why did you think Hexa was sus?
Yeah, over Spider Queen, who actually snuck out and did a thing.
I mean, but to be fair, Keone does that too. So like,
okay.
What did Hexa do?
The vibe's the same.
So to answer your questions, though, Devin would want the powers of Captain Thunder.
I don't know why every time I hear Captain Thunder, all I can think is Captain Underpants. Every time. I don't know why. That's like the first thing that comes to my head.
Yeah.
I'm a grown-up.
Jet would want Lady Liberty's powers. Keisha would not want to have any powers. She finds the idea of like superpowers and that this whole world terrifying.
Valid.
And Kimmy would want to be dataless. So, anyhow, when last we saw our heroes, following yet another battle with the Blackguard, our heroes brought Reyna back to the Emerald Tower, during which it was well established that Reyna does not want to hurt Cindy.
And that was the only thing established between the two.
Yep, basically.
Yep.
Also, our heroes decided that they were going to get to the bottom of the whole pack rat capturing teenagers to give to the chessmen. So they set up an elaborate trap using Bella as bait, which totally worked, except for the fact that Bella actually got knocked unconscious by pack rat.
It worked.
Spider Queen followed pack rat into the sewers, lost him, but did find Bella, who had just been loaded into a little 2-person automated watercraft. And deciding that there was no way for them to continue to follow pack rat, they decided to let the watercraft take Bella to the chessman base, with Spider Queen clinging to the side of it, invisibly but still dramatically posed for the benefit of the readers and for the benefit of Spider Queen herself.
If Keone could see it, she'd be very proud of you.
Yes. And if Yelena could see it, she would say you're a poser.
New Breakers chat. That's so cool.
But Yelena's also not in this universe, so, you know.
She goes to take a picture of herself, but she's invisible.
Just
But
a
you said it
selfie of a boat.
You said it doesn't affect machinery, so
Oh yeah,
the picture was
Trust me, I'm invisible right now.
So yeah, that seems like as good a place as any to pick up. So, the watercraft goes zipping through the sewers of Emerald City. The rest of the team are following the tracker back at the base, with Portal ready to open a, I guess, portal. Once
Out of character.
yes, that seems very off-brand for him. Eventually, it will come to a stop. It actually traveled quite a distance. It is now actually outside of the city and underneath the Atlas Mountains. It's a big mountain range. It's not actually like underneath your grandmother's mountain.
Okay. It's like, oh god.
No. I mean, this is like saying it's underneath the Rockies. There's a lot of mountains that make up the Rockies.
I'm like, just because I didn't give you my parents to torture me with, like, I don't need this too.
No. It is not Aurora's mountain,
Okay,
but
good. Okay,
it is
okay.
in the Atlas range. And shortly after the boat arrives, 2 chessmen knights emerge from a doorway in the sewers that appears to be connected to an elevator, and they will gather up Bella and start for the elevator. Spider Queen, do you want to do something about this?
Stab them. I mean,
Well,
Sorry.
not that.
sorry, I had something stuck in my throat there.
There's probably a camera within the elevator itself, if one had to make a guess. So she's going to.
I mean, you don't see one, but yes, that is not a bad assumption.
She's going to wait until the elevator door closes, give it like
Okay.
a second, and then try to pry the door open with her hands, and then jump down the elevator shaft or up, depending on which direction it's going in. I assume down
Up.
because it's a bad guy base.
Up.
Oh,
It's in the middle of a mountain range, and you're down at the sewer levels.
fair enough.
Yeah. What's your strength is like what, 7 or 8?
Yeah, it's 8.
Okay. Yeah. You don't need a roll for that. You can easily pry open the elevator shaft. And you can see the elevator traveling pretty far up, actually, but you also have no idea how high the actual surface of the mountain is above you, so it could still be very underground.
So she will hop on the comms and just say, "Hey gang, there's some sort of elevator shaft here. It looks like the boat's at its stop, and they're taking Bella upwards. I'm following them, but this might be the place."
Can I wake up yet?
No.
No, not unless something has awoken you.
Damn. Where's my fucking rabbit?
Well, funny you should mention, actually. Your rabbit is there, although you're unaware of that, and seemingly so are they.
It's just like, she's
My ass.
fine.
Darha's watching me get kidnapped. Damn.
Yeah, man, sucks for you.
Skill issue. That seems like a you problem.
This feels like a you problem.
It might be more that Derhas is figuring, well, I'm going to wait until we're not around other people to...
No, it makes sense.
Huh?
No, makes sense.
Yeah, so.
I just have to make jokes about him being a shit.
Sure. No, that makes total sense. All right, so you get on the comms, Whitney, and tell them.
Yeah, she'll radio the team while she is heading up the elevator shaft. She will try to stick a web onto the bottom of the actual elevator itself and let that pull her up.
Sure. That's easily done. Honestly, it's moving slowly enough. You could probably just spider climb your way up and keep up with them, but...
So then she is, like, clinging to it upside down as it's moving upwards.
Sure. So it travels probably about 150 feet up before it comes to a stop. You hear the ding, and the elevator doors open, and you hear 2 sets of footsteps and a dragging sound get off the elevator.
And she realizes she didn't think this part through.
And then there is a ding, and the elevator doors close, but the elevator does not move immediately.
He engages bullet mode, goes down, and crushes you into the ground.
I was gonna say, like, get out
Watch
of
the
there.
spider.
And she's just like, oh, I'm really glad Keone can't see this. She is going to try to brace herself against the side of the elevator shaft and
Okay.
push the box upwards to get herself enough room to get to the doors. I don't know how hard that would be.
Yeah, let me check something real fast.
Okay.
With a strength of 6.
Unless she can squirm her way to the top of it and then go in through, like, the emergency hatch if one exists. Or if one could spend a hero point so that such a thing exists.
You won't need to spend a hero point. You think you could probably shove it out of place, but you think that would probably draw more attention. It does look like it would be a tight squeeze for most people, but you know, you're like flexible and spidery. You think you could crawl past the elevator and get up onto its roof, where there is probably an access hatch.
Yeah.
If it's anything like a standard elevator, there would be an access hatch on the roof.
And even though she was trying to avoid the camera, but like she's pretty much in right now, so yeah, we'll see how this goes.
All right. Then yeah, you can scamper your way up onto the roof, and there is in fact a maintenance hatch.
All right, let's just yank that open.
Okay. You see an interior of an elevator.
Drop in, super cool. Before she does anything else, though, she will just make note of how many buttons are on the elevator, just to see how many floors are here, just to get a sense of the size of this base.
Yeah. There are what look like 2 floors, or no, 3 floors. Then there's also a place for a key card.
Okay.
But there is a ground floor, and then a LL. Like literally it says G and LL.
G.
Neither of which are currently lit up.
Okay. Alright, well, let's get dangerous.
Darkwing, duck.
When there's trouble, you call DW.
So I have put you on a map, although I believe right now Calvin is the only one who can see anything.
See things.
Oh, you can see things?
Yeah, but I'm asleep, so I can't say anything.
Well, let me fix that.
I can't
Oh,
see.
okay.
That's rude, but okay.
I wasn't even looking at the map most of it, but okay.
You're unconscious. I'm turning your vision off.
I wasn't even going to say anything about the map.
A map.
No map.
No, it's there.
They took it from me.
Wait. It doesn't exist because they can't see it. We just learned that Hexa does not have object permanence.
Hex is unconscious.
Yeah, because it's really more that Hexa has no consciousness at the moment.
There's no object permanence because she's not even aware of objects.
Like I say, if you wanted to, you could always, have your contact your teammates and have them portal into you.
Whoa!
I don't think there's enough room.
Sure there is.
Although,
We are just waiting for the signal.
yeah, Portal can open a portal within the elevator itself.
Sure.
So she will reach out to the team and just say, okay, they've taken Bella, they've taken Hexa. She's in the field. They've taken Hexa, not exactly sure where yet, but I'm in an elevator and it's on this same floor. I'm about to kick this door open and get the party started, so consider this your invitation.
Do you want to kick it open and get the party started, or do you want me to just create a portal on one side of the door and the other and you can jump through it?
I mean, I was thinking we all hop through like a big damn heroes moment, but
Oh, we totally could. I don't know if is this the time for that? Like, I just want to make sure I understand what you want.
Kione's just salivating, waiting for you to open the portal so she can just start stabbing shit.
Because what I can do, and you see a little portal like this big open up kind of like right next to you. Okay, so now I can see the door, and I can just create a portal just for you that goes through the door if you want to do that and you want to keep up the stealth. Or we can just do big damn hero time.
I didn't know you could do that. This is why we need to do training. Okay, I'll take a peek, and if it looks bad, then we'll hop in.
All right. So I'll create a portal peephole. Just big enough for your eye that you can look through, and it's on the other side. And
All right. You're not actually on the other side of the door, Calvin, but I'm going to move you there so that you can see it.
Okay. So I can see some scientists and a couple more of those knight guys. No sign of Bella though, and I don't want to leave her in the wind too long.
You make the call. You're the one right there. You got lead.
You just hear a very faint chanting of let's go, just over and over again.
So
Star Knight's just looking at Keone like got everything at the ready.
So Portal tells her to lead, and she's feeling inspired, and then she hears the whisper of Keone saying, "Let's go." So she will say over the comms, "Okay then, Stormbreakers go."
All right. I'm going to put everyone in the elevator for now. Yes, we'll assume you're actually coming through the portal on your turn, but gee, it feels like it might be an appropriate time for initiative.
Do I have to, or
You do, because you're going to also wake up.
yippee! I'm awake.
Not yet, but you will wake up, I promise you.
Aww. Never mind. Apparently, I don't want to be awake yet.
You got a 26.
I only rolled a 9.
Yeah, that's second. And you can, Aaron, you can change mine to a 20. It rolled twice. I must have hit the button twice.
It's
My
only
first
just gonna
roll
help
was a
me.
20.
Darhos has no initiative bonus apparently.
Yeah, well.
I'm gonna wait for this buddy to wake my ass up.
Finally got a decent initiative roll.
Yes. Hopefully your shield pops out this time.
I'm taking that as my credit. I'm gonna take credit for that one. He's like, that's who I was team attacking with. I need them. Taking credit for that.
One of these days I'll actually remember to clean up the initiative tracker before, so that I actually remember which ones of these are actually you, as opposed to left over from a previous encounter. All right. As should be a surprise to absolutely no one, there is a surprise round. As Spider Queen goes through the door, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Okay. All right, Spider Queen, you should see, well, a target-rich environment.
Okay, I'm still fixing my sheet because I just updated it, but there seems to be quite a few people here to apply webs to.
There sure are.
So, let's go with a web.
Also, I don't know if you can quite make it out, but while, yes, there are scientists that you can see, there is also a sheet of some sort of translucent material between you and them.
Then she'll just go for a web trap applied to the two knights in the hall.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure that you didn't, like... You could see... I mean, it's not invisible. It's not an invisible wall. You can see that there is glass and probably part of a wall frame around it. They're observing, but they're not... They're protected at the moment.
Then web trap, it looks like it didn't load properly just yet, but I will fix that in a moment. It is a burst area affliction of rank 8, so that'd be 18 to dodge.
Alrighty. $18, you say?
18, I say.
I don't think they can make that. I mean, they can, but... Alright, so one will Knight 7 will fail the initial dodge. Knight 8 will make the initial dodge, and now they actually have to make the dodge to resist the effect, right?
Yeah, it's dodge or damage for the web trap.
Okay. So Knight 7 going against the full DC of 18 is whatever the worst effect of the web is, which I'm assuming is immobilized and helpless.
It is paralyzed.
Oh, okay. And Knight 8, who only has to go against a 14, rolls really well and is fine.
Well, I have an abundance of hero points. I will spend one to not be fatigued. And I will apply the single attack web snare. Because I don't know if these are the guys that will explode if they go unconscious. So web snare is cumulative affliction for a single target of rank 10. So
Okay.
Dodge of 20.
You have to hit with it?
Oh, right. This is on everything. I have to roll.
I mean, you'll probably hit him. He's not hard to hit, but...
Okay, just double checking what I have to roll, because I don't have it on my sheet yet. That's 14 and 10 for the snare. So 14 to hit, and then the thing is rank 10.
Okay, 14 total, or?
No, I gotta roll d20 plus 14.
Okay. Don't roll a 1.
I cannot promise that. Yeah. 22.
Not a 1. Alright, so now it's a rank 20 effect?
Yep.
Yeah, so he's, again, he's a minion, so he suffers the worst possible effect.
This one is immobile and defenseless.
Oh, so he's not unconscious, he's just immobile and defenseless.
Yep.
Okay. So that was our surprise round. So now we'll start with... Well, actually, also during the surprise round, Bella, you are suddenly awakened in a cell with your bunny sitting on your chest.
Great.
So hey, you got yourself kidnapped.
I noticed.
Good news, I was with you, so I made your bag of tricks invisible, so it's still here with you.
Thanks. I'm gonna look up to the cell door. How hard does that seem to bust through?
It is made of some sort of metal.
Okay. How invisible can you make me?
I can't. I can make myself invisible and anything that's less than 50 pounds. And, you know, you're a skinny little thing, but you're not less than 50 pounds.
Thanks. I'm gonna pull out some chalk.
Okay. When it gets to your turn, you can pass wall.
My turn is next.
Well, after Star Knight, but yes. All right, Star Knight, it is up. Or you are up.
I am going to move out of the elevator.
Uh-huh.
And Spider Queen has taken both of these knights out of the equation.
Sure has.
So I guess I'm going to move to this door. Oh. Okay, that might change what I was going to do. I was going to move to that door and see if it was unlocked, but I see there's a knight standing there.
Sure is.
So I should probably deal with him first.
I mean, that would be sensible.
Yeah. I'm just worried that the scientists can do something heinous from in there.
I mean, they can't. They may very well, but
Or at least raise the alarm, but...
I guess the question is, which do you consider a more pressing issue?
I think the knight's going to be the more pressing issue, so I am going to
Aunt Puppy, Stabby is not making an appearance in tonight's game.
No, I'm just telling him to stab him. Just stab him.
Yeah, I'm going to zot him with the stellar sword.
Okay. That feels on brand. Well, a 22 will definitely hit him. And a 21 is not enough to save. And again, he's a minion. So what happens when you zot him with the stellar sword?
I am going to just kind of slice him across the chest, more trying to disable the armor than murderize him.
Uh-huh.
And so, yeah, it'll just be a laser blast out center of mass to
Sure.
start the armor smoking.
Okay. I assume you don't have move by action.
No.
All right, so then you have moved and acted. So we will move on to Hexa.
I think I said what I was doing.
You sure did.
Yep. I'm guessing Darhas comes with me.
Yes.
He's riding on my shoulder. Cool. Yeah, I just want to basically draw myself a door.
Okay.
Because I don't think I'm getting through the door, but...
I mean, not under normal circumstances, but I think you can now.
Yep.
You also do not have move by action, though, do you?
I think I do, actually. I have to check, but... No, I don't. I should, but I don't.
I mean, there's a lot of things that you would want eventually.
Yeah. So I'm choosing to not yet open the door.
And not alert the knight to the fact that,
Nope, but I am pulling the wand.
Sure. Say, I think you have quick draw, so that's
I do
definitely
have
not.
quick draw.
All right, portal.
Okay. Well, Portal's in a little bit of a sticky wicket, because not everybody has actually come through the portal yet,
Correct.
which means he needs to maintain that portal. And how much distance is in between has that portal gone through? Like, how far away are the tower and the
About 7 miles.
7 miles? Okay. Then... Okay, that at least gives that. Oh, but that is not enough points to put up his redirecting warp. He cannot do that. So... Instead, he's going to do something he hasn't done in a while. Stormbreakers, go! He shouts. And until my next turn, everybody has a +5 to every single d20 roll they make.
What is the exact phrasing of how Inspire works?
It is... Let's see here. You can inspire your allies to greatness. Once per scene, by taking a standard action and spending a hero point, allies able to interact with you gain a +1 circumstance bonus per Inspire rank on all checks until the start of your next round with a maximum bonus of +5. You do not gain the bonus, only your allies do. The inspiration bonus ignores power level limits, like other uses of hero points. Multiple uses of Inspire do not stack, only the highest bonus applies.
Okay.
So I don't know whether or not Hexa is close enough to hear me to therefore get the bonus, but
I would argue that she can, because she has her comm.
that's right.
So she will hear it. So, yeah, I would argue that she's able to take advantage of the bonus.
Thanks.
I was mainly trying to figure out how it determines who is eligible. So.
Sorry.
So that portal.
And I believe that's going to be my turn.
All right. Kione.
Kione is going to manifest
Maybe.
2 ice swords, and she's just gonna come screaming out of the elevator. My boyfriend went on it, or my fiance went on a date this morning, and she's going to find the first thing that she can stab. And I'm
No,
gonna-
he
there's-
didn't.
What? Oh, no, he didn't. I thought you were saying, like, no, like, I can't go to him. I was like, no, I'm gonna stab him.
I mean, you could stab the one who's webbed up, but
Yeah, that's not fun. Like, she wants to stab somebody that could fight her back.
okay. You could also stab through the glass to get to the scientists, but
Star Knight's by the door. I'm gonna assume he can figure it out.
fair enough. Go stab knight number 4.
Yes. She is going to strategically stab with the idea of not killing because
Sure.
she knows that they will blow up.
I mean, they generally don't like it when you do that, yeah.
Yeah. So. Mother fucking shit. I'm going to assume a nat 1 for a 10 is not going to hit him.
I mean, a nat 1 by default will not hit him.
But you did end up with a 15. Doesn't help, but
I'm going to go fatigued and I'm going to roll again.
You do that.
I don't need to be far. I don't need to be able to go far, so. Will a 21 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. So it needs a toughness of 30.
30?
Or a DC of 30. Yes.
Yeah, he can't make that. No, he can with a natural 20.
There's 120 on every die. Oh, he got really close.
But that's still not enough. Tell us what you do to this poor, defenseless, totally innocent. It's not his.
Oh my gosh. So dramatic. She comes out, Banshee style with like both of her, or Berserker style with both of her knives, her ice swords in both hands, and she just goes, no! And she just kind of stabs him in like kind of the forearm, or more like the bicep area, just to kind of pins him like down into the ground.
Okay.
So she's going a bit feral. Little Wolverine in her right now.
Yeah, a little bit. All right. Where is Knight 6?
He went to go get
Knight
coffee
6 is-
for everyone, so he's
Huh?
not building.
Knight 6 is, of course, the one who is on the other side of the building and doesn't know about any of this going on yet. He might have heard.
She did yell pretty loud.
You did.
Kind of with the intention of bringing any of them that were kind of hidden.
He
Or-
heard nothing.
Roll for
Spider-Man.
luck. That's what I say. Like,
Motherfucker.
this job's easy. He's just like, yeah, no, we have the easy job. We just watch over sleeping children.
Spider Queen,
Okay.
are you still invisible?
No, she would have popped up dramatically for the big damn heroes moment.
That makes sense.
But she has no idea where they might have taken Bella. Although, given what we've seen before, probably through the science door.
Not a terrible assumption.
The science door.
I see that there are. Oh, actually, could you move the stream camera token? I think it's under portal. I can't reach it.
Oh, I think it is. You're right. Here, let me put the stream camera right in front of you.
Okay. Just so people can see that there's stuff going on in the hallway.
Sure.
Yeah, subtlety's gone out the window here, so I'm just gonna punch
That
through.
is what you explicitly chose.
Yeah.
No regrets.
I gave you the choice of subtlety. And
Oh
you
no,
said do
no complaints. I'm
Okay,
just trying to
good.
decide if it's easier to smash through the window here or the door itself. Window seems more superhero-y.
Window definitely seems more superhero-y.
So she's going to attempt to just web kick her way through the window here. She'll shoot 2 webs on either side of her and use them to pull herself forward and try to kick through the window to get to where these 2 scientists are.
All right. Would you do you want to just automatically hit, or do you want to try to hit a DC of 10 to critical against the?
I mean, I could try to make the roll, but would it make a would one? I guess one would just break it, and if I get a crit, then I can just go right through.
No, I get to make a toughness roll for the strength material, and if you get the critical, then you get +5 ranks.
Sure, I like rolling.
Don't forget you have
things.
a +5.
Right, you do have a +5 to hit.
Okay, then I'm going to use her. I guess unarmed.
Cover. Yeah.
Okay, unarmed. With a bonus of 5. Golly gee. Well, I rolled a nat 1.
Oh my god.
I need my cool moment, so I'm going to spend a hero point.
Roll 20
I
is
mean,
trying to kill us.
that feels fair.
I was gonna say, y'all need to stop ruining my the hero point I spent on y'all.
Oh, I didn't add any of that to my stuff. Oh shit. I didn't even think about that.
All right, so yes, you hit it. So what is the DC we're looking for?
Her unarmed should be higher than 15 because it should add her strength.
Yeah, what's your
of
strength?
8. Yeah, her strength is 8, so that should be 23.
Right, because critical.
Oh, and then with a critical, it would be 28. Yeah.
And we'll say that this is roughly the strength of titanium, so flash roll 1d20 plus 15. That is way less. So please tell us what happens to as you smash through this.
So again, she just fires out web, yoinks forward, goes in feet first, and just smashes through this window, landing with a roll in between these 2 scientists. And then she will just say, "You guys got someone here who doesn't belong to you. I suggest you surrender, or else you're gonna get worse than what they got, because I'm pretty sure you guys won't blow up."
Give me a quick intimidation check. Give yourself +5.
Ooh.
Make it +10.
Make it +10.
Ooh. Please don't roll a 1. 37.
Damn.
So there is a sudden stench in the room
Oh gosh.
as they both wet themselves.
Appropriate reaction.
And kind of raise their hands off of the console. Don't hurt us, man.
Smartest choice you've made all day.
Nice.
Alrighty. Can you get 5?
That was Keone, by the way. She was over the comm. She was like, nice.
Yep. Knigget 5 does a thing. Grandmaster does a thing. Boom! Boom! Boom. Three knights just self-destructed.
I was hoping that wouldn't happen yet.
I only stabbed him a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Now we know all compromisations.
Portal.
Yes.
Rushing past you through the portal
God.
into the
Tower.
base. No, out of the tower.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, son of a
Into
bitch.
the chessman base. Ah. Come on, roll 20. Don't do this to me.
We'd hoped the kids were asleep. Did you not tuck your orphans into bed?
Devin comes running through. Is going to run past, you know, the shattered window. And decks the scientist. Picking up a piece of the shattered glass as he does so. That'll be a 24 to hit. That'll work. Hit. Scientist has a stamina of 0.
It freaks me out, the picture that you chose for Devin, because it kind of looks like my nephew. So I'm just imagining my nephew, who is the epitome of a dorky 17-year-old boy, doing exactly this in my head. So...
That's not unintentional.
It looks
and
exactly like my nephew. It's freaking me out.
Scientist fails by 15 points. So yeah, Devin comes running through, grabs a piece of rubble, decks the scientist, who falls to the console unconscious and bleeding from a head wound.
I mean, valid.
What the hell are you doing here, kid?
Getting
To be
revenge,
clear-
making sure they don't do this to anyone else.
To be clear, he does not have the +5 to his rolls.
Okay.
You did not inspire him.
Well, not intentionally.
I may have inspired him, but I didn't use inspire on him.
It does say all allies. It also doesn't matter, because he didn't need the +5 to...
No.
He would have easily hit without the +5, but...
Also, it doesn't say all allies. It says allies.
Yeah,
Able to interact.
he was able to interact with you.
Oh, was he listening in on our comms?
He's been sitting just outside of your view watching this entire thing. Night 1, Night 3. Where's Night 8? Where is Night 8? Oh, Night 8 is the one who's trapped in the web. Who didn't blow up yet.
Yeah.
And Der Haas is going to turn invisible. Because, you know, he doesn't want to get murdered.
Hit him anyway.
Huh?
They're not gonna hit him anyway.
Well, no, but... Star Knight.
Oh, please let this door be unlocked.
I mean, at this point, you don't need the door to be unlocked. The glass is shattered.
But I'm over by the door. I want to go through the door.
The door is not unlocked.
I feel like this is like when there's a tornado and it's ripped the entire house apart, and you're still like, I'm gonna knock on the door and go through the door. I love it.
I
so
suppose if it's not unlocked, I will go through the shattered
Oops.
glass
much.
hole.
Oops, excuse me, gonna scooch right by you there.
For right now, I will move past Spider Queen and Devin to the other door.
Okay.
I got the movement to easily groove on over there and check to see if this door is.
It is also locked.
Then I will go about removing it from the hinges.
Okay. Same question. Do you wish to automatically hit, or do you want to roll to hit a DC 10 and get the +5 to your damage effect?
I will roll.
Remember, you got the +5 from inspiration.
Yeah. Do you want me to just make an unarmed strike on it?
Yeah, that sounds right. Unless you're using the sword.
No, I'm gonna just try to just smash it.
Rip it off its hinges.
Yep.
Okay. Then unarmed. Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah. Well, +5 would.
I mean, you only needed a 10, so.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for a difficulty of 29 on that toughness save.
Yep.
So this was an interior door, so it's not as heavily armored. Because, they assumed that the plexiglass and the exterior doors would keep these two doors safe.
No window is safe from Spider Queen.
No.
Yep. So you can just go ahead and I'll just remove that door because
Yoink. I'll just casually toss it over my shoulder into the other door.
Okay. I say you probably can't actually see the guy, but who's in there
No.
from where you're at. So, Hexa.
Well, I'm gonna open the door.
Mhm. Well, no, you're going to walk through your own door.
Sure, how to help you with that.
Boop. Boop.
So, you will notice that there are 3 knights there, and they are all aiming their Gatling rifles at the door.
Oh, that's lovely.
So, in other words, they're largely unaware of you.
Cool.
You sure about that?
I want to use my area effect.
I thought you might.
And basically just really carefully angle it to make sure it just hits them.
I
mean, if I basically hold on, I have to measure. If I center it there, no, I've blown myself up, of course.
You could step back one more.
That's fair. But yeah. Boop.
Okay.
Shock fair.
I mean, you'll scorch the walls too, but that's fine.
It's electricity. It's fine.
So they'll get a dodge save at +0 because they're unaware of you.
I'm not sure what that. I don't know what the DC would be.
What's the ranks of your blast?
That's a good question.
What is the DC of the damage?
27.
27. So it's rank 12.
Thanks.
So they need to get a 22, which is impossible for them with a +0. So I'm not going to bother. They can make a DC 27 toughness save.
All right.
They probably won't, but they can. So let's start with Knight 1.
They can certainly try.
That is not a 27. Knight 5 is not a 27. And Knight 3 is not a 27. So what exactly happens to all of these people?
So quietly stepping out of her room, Bella will notice the other captured people around her and kind of do the great. And just step back near the door and kind of just set off a chain lightning on these guys with the area effect.
Sure. That tracks.
Just zark, zark, zark. Okay.
Star Knight is very disappointed he's not there to see that. That's his favorite.
As As then overcomes, Bella's gonna go, hey, we've got other captured people here.
Gary, I don't know if it's just me, but you're coming in very faint for me.
Yeah, you're very quiet. Yeah.
Oh, now you're muted.
And now he's silent.
Um,
But yeah, it just overcomes the, we have other captured people back here. I think I've dealt with the guards I have. But
all right. Portal.
Okay, so
I mean, the good news is all of your teammates have now come through the portal.
yeah, so we're gonna close that. And then tell me, does an 18 hit Devin?
An 18 will exactly hit Devin.
Devin is back in the tower. As
I
a
believe
portal
it's a dodge save.
no, because it's an attack.
Even with an attack, it still gets a resistance check because he doesn't get to make a toughness save against it. He gets a dodge save against its DC.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if his odds of making a 22 aren't real great, but even when you turn something that is not normally an attack into an attack, it is still resistible. So.
Wow.
Oh god. Brandon, I'm going to give you a hero point. You can't use it to re-roll this, but I'm going to give you one just because that's hilarious.
I'm going to use the one I already have to attack again.
Well, then I'm not giving you a hero point.
That's a 24.
Well, that will
And
still
so
hit
now
him.
another 22.
Get another nat 20.
He doesn't need a nat 20.
My God. He's very determined. He said, fuck these scientists.
I mean, he is basically a PL6 vigilante.
that's a good cook.
Yeah, you also rolled a natural 20 and a natural 17, so I think that might have more to do with it.
I mean, it helps, but sometimes the dice tell the story, you know? So you try to teleport him back.
He's like, oh, hell no, we won't go.
But he is actively doing the, he's determined to be here. He probably wouldn't come back through again, but or try to, but he's not willing to just be like, nope, I'm going home.
He doesn't want to let it go.
No, you're not allowed to say that. Kiana.
Oh, it's me. She's just gonna continue down this hallway until she sees something else she can punch. Or does it seem like the focus? Well, there's another door down here.
There is.
She'll go towards that door. And will attempt to kick it open.
Okay. That door was not locked.
Oh, okay. Well, she's just gonna kick it open anyways, because she's really excited.
Okay.
And she will kick it through.
Okay.
Ooh, where is she? Oh, fuck.
Looks like a there's a whole lot of papers and notes and things that don't mean anything to you.
I was gonna say, how did Kiona get the not stabby researchy?
You picked the wrong door.
I know. Fuck. She will radio that this seems to be some sort of office with quite a bit of research and paperwork that we should probably get back to the tower if we can. If anyone's available. She does not have pockets in her costume.
No. where would they possibly go in that?
The best she can do, she can stick them in her boots. Like, she can just kind of shove them around her boots. That's the best she's got. Yeah, she chose fashion over function on her costume.
Yep. Spider Queen.
Okay. The Spider Queen doesn't want to take responsibility for this random teen vigilante. She's not Bowman.
I mean, you could always web him.
You sure you don't want to adopt more children?
I mean,
Bowman would probably adopt him, but
yeah, were he here?
but that doesn't really feel like Whitney style.
No.
No.
The other scientist is still there, still with their...
Sitting in a pool of his own urine, yes.
Okay, just real quick, gonna web that guy up.
Sure.
And just she'll just say to Devin, which I know this won't work, but she'll just say, "We've got this covered. You get back to the tower before you get hurt." And
he will look over his shoulder at the portal. And how am I supposed to do that?
Then go wait in the elevator or something.
You could try not avoiding the portals I'm using to send you home, for one.
I mean, he doesn't want to go back, but...
I was about to say, that's the kind of sass you get when you know that they can't get rid of you yet.
I mean,
we could literally get rid of him at any time. I actively tried twice.
You did. You absolutely did.
You tried your best.
And he knows Spider Queen can't send him back.
Look, just don't do anything stupid, alright?
Look, I knocked that guy out.
Yeah, that was easy. Just stay here.
Keanu's just like, or we're not your mom, so whatever you want.
He ran away from his mom, Keone.
Mom's dead.
Yeah, we're not his mom, so he can do whatever he wants.
Say, Jemmy, you may have forgotten the story, but he didn't run away from his parents. His parents OD'd.
Yep.
Right, I forgot his. Sorry. Look, you keep referring to them as the Runaways. I can't remember all their stories.
That's fair.
Well,
the others are all legitimately runaways, but...
Okay.
She's gonna hope saying stay put will mean that he'll stay put.
Hope springs eternal.
She will head through the door that Star Knight opened to keep trying to look for Bella.
Okay. Go ahead and move yourself through there.
Oh.
You will see a scientist who is sitting there holding what is probably a blaster of some sort and aiming it in the direction of that doorway. He is shaking so badly that even if he has the presence of mind to pull the trigger, you think his odds of hitting you or Star Knight are pretty damn low. Stay back! Stay back!
So as she's like poking her head into the door, she will look back at Star Knight, who is also in the doorway.
Technically you have danger sense, so you would have known there was a threat there, but he's not really a threat, so...
Yeah. And she will look back at this guy and just say, think it through. Put it down.
He will drop it.
Smart. Webs. And then she...
You say webs when you do it?
I'm sure she says web.
Yeah.
Absolutely says webs.
I mean, think about what we've established about Whitney. She absolutely would say webs.
That's true. Valid. Totally valid.
And then, I don't know, whatever movement she has, she will go, I guess, back north through this lab and see if she can find her way to Bella. And say overcomes, Bella, any idea where you're at in this place?
Right now, all I see is a whole area with other innocents, so not really.
I mean, you guys do have tracking capabilities on the. So, Bella is here.
Well, using my metagame sense, we have a big old map here to get through.
Wait, where did you ping? I did not see where you punged. You punged. Okay.
Just a little bit to
You
the.
know, my meta sense is
a little to
tingling.
the
This is a
right.
really big map.
I feel like this might be a pretty big map.
It's not.
Pretty long map.
It's long, but Bella is about 70 feet to the east of Portal right now.
Okay.
Okay, I moved a little bit. I'm pretty sure I have like maybe 50 feet of movement left.
Okay.
Well, give me my meta sense.
So, how do I?
So
do
yeah,
this?
you would know that you probably want to go through this door.
Please break down the door for me. I am not strong.
Okay, I think I can get out here, or where was I? I was here. I'm trying to remember how to measure in.
You're a very independent woman. You're just not very strong.
I'm very independent, but I don't want to spend another turn fucking opening the door.
I mean, you could always just pass the door, but
I seem to have lost my token under Star Knight. How do you measure in Roll20 again when you're moving? Is it just like click and drag and then right click to do that? Yeah, okay. I don't know why it was being annoying before. But I can get like up here.
yeah.
And then I did like web 2 guys, so I'm pretty sure that's a standard action.
Yeah, I feel like you're probably done.
Yeah.
Oh, Night 5 should have also been unconscious, so he's got nothing. Devin is gonna kick the scientist, then walk back over to the elevator and look at Portal and kind of sheepishly say, "I'm sorry, but I couldn't just sit by."
I get it.
This motherfucker.
Is that son of a bitch in this building?
Is he here in the room with us?
Is the son of the bitch in the room with us?
He rolled literally right after I rolled attacking the knight. He rolled inertia. So I think I triggered wherever he is. So my bad.
So coming through the wall, Star Knight, you see Inertia.
Oh, right next to me.
Uh-huh.
Oh, joy.
Who is going to just kind of snicker and say, "I've been waiting for this," and is going to rear back, and you see waves of energy surrounding his hand as he punches you.
He's the worst.
Oh, let me turn off my GM rolls. I'm pretty sure that would have hit, but I will re-roll it.
We trust you.
Actually, I rolled the exact same thing.
Oh, that's weird.
I mean, it happens. 1 in 20 chance.
Oh, I did not mean to click on that.
What is your dodge or your parry?
My parry is at 8.
Oh, so he will exactly hit you. You're not vulnerable to him because you don't get vulnerable, but an 18 will still exactly hit your parry. So I need a DC 20.
Guess what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to redirecting warp because I can't, because I was trying to send Devin back home.
I know. Sorry. Do you have line of sight anyways? Yeah, you do.
Yes.
I'm sorry, so what did you need?
DC 25 toughness. I mean, if it helps any, his punch is actually less damaging than his force blast. Okay, you're fine. The clang is unmistakably loud, however. And you're up, Star Knight.
All right. Well, he's right up against me, and I learned my lesson last time not to punch him, although that was a fun scene. So he's getting swiped with the Stellar Sword.
A 27 will hit him.
Missed the crit, though.
Yep. Well, it doesn't matter. He's immune to critical hits.
Yeah.
Huh?
He said that's right, because I think I did crit him last time, and
You did.
Yeah, he is a massive pain in the ass to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All the more so when you guys don't have attacks that are capable of hitting insubstantial targets.
Yep.
Speaking of, does your Stellar Sword affect insubstantial targets?
If I spend a hero point, because the sword is made out of light, and so I can do some weird stuff with the light coming off the sword.
I would absolutely allow you to spend the hero point to get effects insubstantial.
All right. Then that is what I shall do.
All right.
If not, buy that.
Certainly, if you ever expected to go with him again.
Well, he is my now arch nemesis brother, so.
Yep. For the record, he has both effects insubstantial on all of his powers and effects corporeal, so he can use them when he's insubstantial.
Worst.
Because he's a prick like that.
Yeah,
he's a prick
literally
like
the worst.
Yep. All right, so he'll make a toughness save.
Jesus Christ.
Damn it. I hate this guy.
I don't know what's worse, this guy or Aaron's rolls.
Yeah, honestly,
Why
that
not
feels
both?
Both is good.
Both is good.
Damn.
All right. Do you want to take a move action?
Nah, I'm standing right in front of this asshole.
All right.
You're not
That's
gonna stab
probably-
him and just be like, "Whoops!" Like Scooby Doo it out of there.
I mean, that's probably the right thing to do. If it's any help, he's actually less dangerous inside this base than he is out in the city.
Truth.
Because he has favorite environment city. Hexa, you're up.
Woohoo! Well, hopping on a broom
Okay.
just to kind of look around to see what I can. Yep, fuck. The
So
answer
you'll be
is
able to
nothing.
see. Huh?
So the answer is nothing, but deal with the door.
You will be able to see, because I don't know how quickly you move through it, but basically there are 10 cells in this area.
Yep.
And there are 6 of them are occupied.
Yeah. How many of these people seem awake?
All of them.
Cool. There's a little glance at the people. Could I have heard through my door?
Could you have heard?
Yeah.
No.
But you can see?
You can see, but they are soundproof.
Cool. In the best way I can possibly convey to these people, silently, there's basically the "I'm going to get help" signal.
Okay. Give me a persuasion check.
Sure. I'm not good at that. Actually, I'm fine at that. But not with that roll.
You're very good at that. It just doesn't compare to your ridiculous magic skills.
Yeah. Not a great roll, but an 18.
Okay.
I guess I have the benefit of having taken out the guards.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely don't think that you're a threat to them.
Whether the question is whether or not they believe you're actually going to get help or abandon them.
Actually, let me check something real fast.
Okay.
That's never something you want to hear the GM say.
No. Is your deception better than your persuasion?
I might be. Yes.
What's the difference?
Ad free.
Okay.
I'm not lying.
The reason I ask is because that is actually a use of the deception skill of innuendo to basically send a message that
Without saying
when you
it.
can't outright say it.
Yep.
With a DC 20, you can basically convey a message containing new or detailed information.
Cool. So yeah, it's basically I'm gonna get through this door and we're gonna come back for you all.
I mean, you are clearly not a normal human, and you are not wearing a chessman uniform, so they are inclined to believe you.
Cool. I'm gonna then draw my way through this door.
Okay.
With my standard, but
Yep.
But yeah, it's just that I'm coming back with people to help.
All right. Portal.
I'm gonna look at Devin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell him, this guy is incredibly deadly. I can't fight him if you are here. I give him a hug, and I hope he doesn't dodge me when I try and use.
You will not try to dodge this time.
And then I will reallocate my points, go fatigued, and activate redirecting warp.
Okay. Kahone.
Well, I'm assuming I heard all the crashing and all the loud noises, right?
I mean, that would be logical, yes.
Okay, I just didn't know like how far away, like with things being closed off, if I heard what was happening. So I'm just gonna. Oh, I don't really want to fight this guy because I can't fucking do anything to him. Ugh. I mean, ugh. She's just gonna be like, they've got it, and is gonna just keep exploring.
All right.
And she's gonna scoot through into this other room, which has some sort of generator. It appears.
So on the map, it's a generator, but what it actually is it looks like a server.
Ooh, she's going to, as she comes in and sees this thing, she's going to punch it with an ice punch.
Sure.
She assumes you break the computer, everything stops working. I don't know. She doesn't really understand computers.
I mean, that's fair.
Shit becomes tangible when you punch the computer.
Yeah.
That's not how that works.
Yeah. Her technology is 0.
Chessman's base.
That is exactly how this works.
Yeah. Her technology is 0. So
No, that tracks.
She spilled alcohol on her laptop and it stopped working. So she's assuming she can do a similar thing.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna ice punch it.
All right. Ice punch it.
Where's my... Would that be ice weapon or unarmed?
Ice weapon.
Ice weapon, okay. That's what I thought. That is a 20.
That is more than enough to hit its DC of 10. So that becomes a 35 for its toughness save.
If it saves this, I'm going to be so pissed.
It literally can't.
Okay, good. That's like, I cannot lose to an inanimate object. Like, I have lost to a lot of things, and I cannot lose to an inanimate object.
So you smash into this thing, and it just, goes up in a impressive blaze of pyrotechnics. Not enough to hurt you. Actually, you wonder if it would have hurt you, but it does seem.
Yeah, I was gonna say it wouldn't have mattered because I don't get hurt by fire.
You've kind of picked up on that by now, yeah.
Yeah. I've gathered.
Yep. But yeah, you've utterly wrecked it. Let me handle something real fast.
Keanu's just like over the comms, like, did I do good? Is something happening?
there is a simultaneous click, 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 and all of the doors and windows in this place have just been unlocked.
Yes.
God damn it.
Hey, they were keeping people that they were sciencing on.
That's fair. No, that hearing the clicks, I am gonna gesture for the locked people to get out of their rooms.
Uh-huh.
You're like, see, we did a thing.
You guys can trust me.
I like that you said it, and literally maybe like what, 12 seconds later,
I'm
all
gonna
the
go
doors
get
are
key.
unlocked.
Not even 12 seconds. This has been like three.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is the same round.
Oh,
I'm
We're
gonna
on
go
a
get
different round.
people to come open your doors.
like as you're saying, we're sending people. We're going to open your doors. We're going to get you out, and then they just hear click, click, and it just opens. Yes. I
Okay.
have no idea what I did, but I have the power now.
That is definitely going to change what Night 6 is going to do.
That is all I can do because I am fatigued, so I can only use my move by action moment. So I'm now stuck in this room.
Kione.
Oh no.
Or not Kione, sorry. Hexa and Spider Queen.
Oh no.
From this corridor to the north of you,
Yep.
you hear the sound of a Gatling laser being fired
Oh shit.
and a pair of screams.
Oh.
Spider Queen?
I'm on it.
Also, hi. Thanks for the
Yeah.
rescue.
Yeah, hey, your whole falling asleep plan worked.
Well, I wasn't meant to actually fall asleep, but we'll discuss that later.
Oh, okay.
I was going to fake it, and that didn't go fake, and I'm not happy about that. But we'll talk about that later. Go.
Do the thing.
I think you skipped
Right.
Spider Queen.
What do you want to do, Spider Queen? I accidentally moved past you in the initiative, but it is still your turn.
We'll talk later. Go.
Let's get swinging
Uh-huh.
into the doorway and just down the hall, web boxing gloves this guy. Or,
Okay.
no, they will explode.
So, for the record, you will see that he is facing off to the other end, the other way that the corridor turns, with his gun held up.
Then I think her reflex is going to be to punch the guy.
Okay.
As she swings her way this way. And punches him and hopefully makes herself a more interesting target.
Uh-huh. Oh!
Oh no.
That is a critical. He literally cannot make a 34. So tell us how you dispatch of the night.
Instinctively, I think
Uh-huh.
is the word. As she makes her way down this hallway, she sees how the knight's standing, what direction he's firing in, and even before she gets to the end of this hallway and sees what's around the corner, I think part of her is putting together what may have happened.
Mm-hmm.
So she just, like, clenches a fist, webs form around it, they harden, and then she slams it into this guy, probably knocking him back into the wall before
Makes
she
total sense.
turns to see what has happened.
Yeah, so you see in that room there was a scientist over a woman who was strapped to a table. Both of whom now appear to have been riddled full of holes from a Gatling laser.
Well, I don't think I can save that one.
Are they already dead or are they dying?
You have treatment?
I actually have a little bit.
Give me a diagnosis.
Do I feel another Bella goes fatigued to save people?
Most likely. 20 total.
You are pretty certain that the scientist is not quite dead yet. The woman who is strapped to the table is most certainly dead. The laser bolt that went through the center of her skull is being a pretty good indicator.
Then she will say over the comms, They killed one of the hostages, and one of the scientists is here. Looks like he's about to bleed out.
On it.
And oh no, but we didn't bring anything to prevent them exploding, so she will just look down at the unconscious knight and say, and I think I knocked one of these guys out, so...
Damn. Don't stay on top of him.
For what it's worth, Bella, the 5 that you knocked out, or the 3 that you knocked out in the hallway haven't blown up yet.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, I guess that I still have all my guys alive. Maybe they're not set to blow up yet.
Might mean someone's doing it manually then, because we saw some others explode in the hallway before.
You did? I don't know. Just let's keep looking.
Okay. Done, Spider Queen?
I moved and I did a thing. Not entirely sure how much movement I have left. I went from here to here. Spider Queen's just gonna use the laser for movement to poke in through this door and see if there's anyone else inside.
Okay. Nobody here but us bodies.
Okay. Well, at least this isn't a zombie adventure.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Look, just because I've run 2 zombie adventures on the stream, not to mention
Zombie superhero adventures.
I mean, I've run 2 zombie adventures. I guess there were lots of zombies and something in the dark, but...
And zombies are one of your favorite genres.
I mean... Yeah. Star Knight. Would you give me a perception check, Star Knight?
Sure will. $18.
18. You cannot quite make out the words, but you can hear speech coming through what looks like, or what you think are earbuds in Inertia's mask. So you can't quite make out what he was told, but you can tell that Inertia is getting instructions from someone.
Does my suit help at all with that?
No.
Okay. Just because I got that funky picking up radio signals and such, so.
You do. However, the communication is subtle. The only reason you're able to hear it is because you're close enough to actually literally overhear it on Inertia's mask.
Okay.
But these guys are good at covering their tracks, so their communication all has the subtle
Makes sense.
modifier. It's almost like they've been, criminals who have been operating in secret for decades.
Yeah.
All right. So Devin got sent back, so I'll take him off the map. That takes us to Inertia, who now has to make a choice.
Do we want to take a quick break at the start of this round?
I guess that's not a bad idea. It is 9 o'clock. So yeah, let's take a break and then we'll see what Inertia does.
I vote for fuck off.
Yep.
I third that.
You may not want that, but okay.
This is true.
All right, and we're hopping.
I vote. Remember that he's supposed to still be in prison.
He is, isn't he?
Oh,
Yes.
all right. Okay, off we go.
Hey. Bye.
We are live.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks so much for sticking with us through our little break. When we left off our heroes, they had followed the totally not playing possum Hexa into the chessman base and rescued her. They found that the chessmen were experimenting on other people as well. They managed to take out some knights, free a bunch of hostages, incapacitate a bunch of scientists, and then got ambushed by their good old friend Inertia. We left off with the second round, since Inertia has made his appearance, getting ready to start. And before Inertia takes his action, Star Knight, when you shook off his initial punch, but the reverb effect is now coming back to hit you again, I need another toughness save. Still DC 25. So you'll make that. Well, you'll almost make it. You'll take a bruise. So Inertia is going to look at you and say, man, I want to peel you out of that can. And then he will float through the wall. Star Knight.
So he went back through
This wall.
that wall. Is the right next to me, is this oh, it's in, oh, that's that door I already ripped off.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. That's why it's not a door anymore.
Correct. Why there's no door icon there, even opened, because there's just no door.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of annoyed now.
That's fair.
Does the wall look
solid?
Metal? Is it drywall?
It is some sort of super alloy that you're guessing is at least as strong as titanium.
All right, then I will go up and this way.
Okay.
that will be my turn. I'll hold there.
Okay, I was gonna say you can go through it. That door is open
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, it's okay. I will go through. But I'm gonna see if I can find this asshole.
Okay. So when you go through the door, you'll see on either side right there what looks like a combination of cell and operating theater. There's no one in either of those rooms. The hallway does extend down further beyond where you're going. Hey, say hi to Alex, everybody.
Hi, Alex.
Alex. Everybody.
Alex joins and I start sneezing. What is this?
Hey, sorry, you're allergic to my presence.
Oh God.
It's all
Sorry
the
about
skin
that.
he's showing.
Yeah, it's hot. And I'm doing laundry.
So
Happy Friday, y'all.
Something's wrong with your sound.
What did I
Yeah,
miss? Looks like we're in trouble.
it does.
You would be correct. We are, in fact, in a lot of trouble.
I don't know quite how to justify why Portal didn't, or why Crucible didn't come through the portal with the rest of the team, but
He got a phone call from his girlfriend.
Unacceptable.
actually, I think I do have an idea, and I will pick up with that as soon as we finish this combat. All right, so Star Knight, you're going to stop there. You're muted, Gary.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop there. I was hoping that when he came through that wall, he'd be in one of those rooms, like the room to the south.
Nope. I know where he is, but believe it or not, he is on the map. Just not where anyone can see him at the moment. Hexa.
Great. I hate my life
Why do you hate your life?
because I hate everything here.
Hey, you just saved a bunch of people.
Yeah, I know I did.
Huh?
Said, yeah, I know I did, and I still don't feel good. Anyway, I'm gonna save the scientist.
Okay.
I like how mad you sounded about that. It goes in with a stop this stupid scientist.
Well, I don't really like the scientists because I know there's still a 50% chance he dies after. But like, 25.
I mean, that's more than enough to stabilize him.
It's technically my magic. It's the same roll though, so
Right. Yep. He is stable. He is not going to die. He is very unconscious, but he is not going to die.
yay.
Portal. You're muted, Jenny.
That's okay. I'm just talking to myself. 5, 10, 15. Where did everybody go?
Spider Queen and Hexa are here.
Yeah, can you go ahead and I think I'm just gonna portal over. I'm gonna do a portal right next to Spider Queen.
Okay.
Let's say I'm going to attempt to open a portal to the 5 feet to the right of Spider Queen. If there's nothing
Okay.
there, it'll open, and then I will step in right next to her.
Look.
Okay. And
Or I guess objectively, I guess right would be.
I was thinking like specifically this spot is where I would have ended up.
All right, sure.
in thinking in the directional. Me thinking about what I meant when I said right, I guess I kind of actually meant under.
Okay, then yes.
But we'll just put this out of the way because it's closed. And I'm going to activate redirecting warp.
Okay. Kahone?
Okay. There's no more doors in here. I already broke the computer.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna kind of come around here and go down this hallway and see where it takes me. So yeah, I'm just gonna scoodle over here. I think that's as far as I can go. Since I am fatigued.
Yeah, but don't you have like ridiculous levels of flight?
I mean, I can go 500 miles an hour.
Yeah, I mean, you can pretty much go ice slide anywhere you want to in the base.
Oh no, you can only move 250 miles an hour now.
Okay, so this is just. Okay, so these are just people. Those are knights are all dead. Okay. I'm trying to find everybody.
They're unconscious.
Well, that's true. Unconscious. I'm basically like going like, where the fuck did everybody go? As I'm just like scooting around. Where did everybody go? Oh, okay. I seen Star Knight.
Everyone is up here. But Star Knight is over here.
Okay, well, Star Knight was doing some shit and Inertia was on him. So I'm going to be like, oh shit, Star Knight. And then I'm going to stand here with him.
Okay.
She is going to pretend she didn't see her fiance arrive and
No, he's not actually there. I put Alex there in case Alex was going to hop through the portal, and then I figured, wait, I have another idea for why Crucible didn't go through the portal, because
why Crucible abandoned us
in our desperate time of need.
It's not even like I'm that helpful. What are you guys complaining about?
It is Inertia, so really there. None of us are helpful.
I'll go down there and knock myself out in 35 seconds.
All right. Spider Queen.
You're on mute, Calvin.
Well, the only other knight here is unconscious, so as far as she knows, the only other present enemy is Inertia.
Seems like it.
So she is going to, and I gotta check the range of this, she is just going to crouch down for a second, put one hand on the ground, and just extend her spider sense out. See if she can figure out where this guy is.
What exactly are you doing?
Trying to remember how far my danger sense reaches. Extended by 1 rank.
Oh, Aaron, while Calvin is figuring that out, I do want to make a point of something that Portal is doing right now. Portal, who has the ability to, punch from directions people don't see coming and uses that a lot, and saw Inertia walk through the wall, is preparing for Inertia to do some kind of game like that. He is paying attention to walls and floors and ceilings as potential spots.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I have extended on here, and the spider sense works as a radius touch, so she essentially can feel within a radius of 100 feet before she starts getting negatives on her perception checks.
Within 100 feet?
But he's insubstantial, so he's not touching anything.
No, but it's...
He's going through stuff and vibrant. Yeah.
I'm just trying to get a sense of how far out 100 feet is from you.
Yeah, she might have to move closer to the elevator, but she is fatigued, I believe.
Probably.
At this point. So, yeah, she's gonna move back into the hall that she came through, and then just spider sense around to see what she can sense with a radius touch that is extended.
Give me a perception check.
Okay, and I will... Oop, I'm on the wrong window. Just maybe move back this way a bit. Okay, perception check of something hopefully very good. Okay. No, it's not terrible, but it's not great. It's 20 total.
Your Whitney Wiggle is telling you that there is something over here. I don't know if you're zoomed out enough to have seen that, but
Like here?
little further, maybe about another 15 feet beyond that, and about 10 feet down.
So over the comms, she'll just say, he's still in the building somewhere. And she can't tell exactly where, but she will try to give a general description of the location that she's feeling something.
Okay.
Where's Keone?
Next to Star Knight.
Where's Star Knight?
On the opposite side of the elevator.
Here.
The stream is just showing darkness.
Yeah, where did I put stream camera? Oh, no, I think it's under me right now. Yeah, it is. Hang on. The cameraman has to run over there.
Make copies of stream camera.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. I did like the idea of the stream camera person just running back and forth down the halls.
So you just see the crew running through, like, yeah, guys, I got this one.
All right. If you zoom out, Calvin, the stream camera should be able to see quite a bit right now.
Perfecto.
And I think that should give everyone, at least if you look at the stream, an idea of where everyone is.
See, I'm just picturing Uatu with a 90s personal camcorder.
Yeah.
All right. Portal,
Yes.
give me a perception check.
Oh. Hey, that's a 27.
Sure is. I'm trying to remember. Your power lets you follow portals. It doesn't necessarily tell you when someone else is using teleportation, does it?
No, I have dimensional sense. I can, I am aware my dimensional sense. Hang on,
Sense the use of effects with a particular descriptor. Okay.
So let me check which one. I've got a couple different senses.
But you also
Yes,
have limited.
I have
only
awareness of
detect when aware.
I have awareness of teleportation effects,
Right.
as well as dimensional effects, if that's relevant.
Okay. I guess I'm trying to figure out where the limiteds are attached to, because I see a limit of can only detect when aware and must be within 5 feet of effect to detect.
Oh, it's because so the idea is that's for that's on the tracing aspect of it. So that those limits are placed on the
Okay.
yeah. So the idea is I got to be aware of it, then I've got to detect it, and then I can trace it.
Okay. You would be aware that there is a teleportation effect being triggered right there.
Okay, then.
And I'm taking us out of combat.
In that case, I'm going to teleport over there and I'm going to attempt to analyze it.
Give me another perception check.
I'm going to go ahead and spend my hero point on this and re-roll that.
Don't think a 20 is going to be good enough?
No, and no matter what, I'll get better.
True.
So that is a 26.
Okay, yeah, you can definitely pick up on it. So, can analyze it. It is a technologically created teleportation effect.
And I am detecting its destination.
Okay. What are the limits of your range on that?
I don't. My understanding is because I'm at the effect, I'm within 5 feet. That
Right.
is the effect. So I don't know if I put any kind of. I think I'm at normal range for it.
All right.
Yeah, it's just a normal ranged detect.
Feels to me like where it is coming or where that other end is should like apply some sort of perception, penalty to the perception check based on how far away it is. But like, it doesn't make sense to me that you would be able to detect like a teleportation that is further away than you can teleport.
But if I'm at the spot of where the effect happened, I know where it went, but I can't get there.
I suppose that's fair. It is to a island in the Cayman Islands, a villa in the Cayman Islands.
Okay. I got good news and I got bad news.
All right. So at this point, there is nobody in the base who is capable of actually providing any sort of a challenge to you. There are a couple of scientists who are not immobilized or dead. Actually, I guess there are no dead scientists yet.
I'd like to go back to the people I was locked up with.
Uh-huh. They will have come out of their cells. I just haven't moved.
Just kind of have that, hey, is everyone okay? What can I do for you? Where are you from? What do you need? Yada yada.
Yeah. Aaron has not had time to come up with ideas for all of them yet.
Or runaways.
No, they are not. These are adults.
Oh, great. Yeah, that's not good. The barely adult talking to the adults.
These are adults, and several of, not that it's an issue for Hexa, but several of them do not speak English.
Yeah, instant just flipping to help make sure they're comfortable.
Yep. They have been taken from places all around the world.
All right. And there's just a pause, hold up a finger over comms. Your guys' sponsor's a really rich guy, right?
What was that?
He's not our sponsor, but
Mars?
Max Mars is a contributor.
Sponsor is probably actually the right word.
He's our sugar daddy.
But he is your sponsor. He does, pay for all the cool shit you have in the tower.
Well, would we be able to start getting people?
You don't like sugar daddy?
Oh, sure. Keone can have a sugar daddy, but I can't have a girlfriend.
I'm glad you're finally learning the rules.
Anyway.
Also, where the fuck have you been?
So let's get to that.
Yeah. Just make sure people who want to go home can go home, and those who don't, we'll find adjustments for.
So Crucible, while everyone was waiting to see where they were taking Bella, you get a private line call from Roberta saying, I didn't want to tell the entire team about this, but Riley is in the kitchen drinking and sobbing, and someone should probably see to her. I'm not programmed for that kind of empathy.
Oh, Crucible's got to see to his other girlfriend.
Yep. His
How
How did I
other.
become responsible for all of these women's emotional states? How did this happen to me?
You created
Not
two of
his
them.
My
girlfriend,
own.
that was his stepmom.
Yeah, now you got massive mommy issues.
Yeah, that's Star Knight's girlfriend.
Yeah.
I'll go check on her.
Look, we all know the relationship tree in the Stormbreakers is a circle.
I mean, or a spider web.
Don't involve me in this.
Too late.
Too late. So yes, I don't know if you're going to deal with that, Ethan, or not.
Yeah, I'll go check on her.
You kind of have to, since you weren't actually here for the fight.
They're not gonna be
So-
mad at me about that, right?
So, as Roberta has said, Riley is sitting at the table in the kitchen with a bottle of Jack, just drinking straight from the bottle and kind of quietly sobbing.
Hey, what's going on, Riley? Are you all right?
So she looks up at you. Her makeup is, her mascara is completely raccooning down her face. And just, I'm worth more than just being pretty, right?
Oh dear. Of course. Who told you weren't?
I mean, I don't think I'm dumb. I knew Archer just wanted me because I was pretty and I looked good on his arm. But like, I was good at my job, right? You
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah,
give
you're
me,
great at this job.
Max didn't hire me just because I was. Then she just kind of gestures down at herself.
No. I don't even think Max likes humans like that. But no, he hired you because I knew you were the right person for the job. And it makes me sad that you didn't want to keep working with us because you're the best at what you do. I know you got to find your own way or whatever, but
It wasn't. I didn't want. It was. I mean, I appreciate you saying that, but the only reason I was even on your radar was because of your dad, and I felt like I had to. And I thought I had found, a job and clientele and was doing well, and now I feel like the only reason any man ever hires me is because they want in my pants.
What happened?
Who do we have to kill?
Did somebody do something to you?
I mean, I've been working with Roger for 6 months now, and I was very clear that I wasn't gonna represent the Sentinels, but I've been doing a lot of good work for him, and I thought we had a really good professional relationship. And then 2 nights ago, I was working late, and he tried to corner me and kiss me, and now I feel like it's been a lie the whole time. Like, he only ever wanted me because he wanted me.
So sorry that happened to you. And I promise you, if you want me to go over there and rip out all of his feelings, I will. But you are worth way more than being pretty. I trust you. And not just because you and I survived the same trauma with my dad.
I mean, that's how it felt, honestly. It felt like I was with Archer again.
Well, that is...
But you didn't trust me enough to tell me your secret.
I didn't trust anybody enough to tell them my secret. Everybody forced me out of it. I was trying to, it's a superhero thing. I was trying to have a secret identity and try to, have a normal life outside of all this. But most of my teammates can't keep all their clothes on most of the time, so having a mask seems silly.
One time. It was one time.
Was it though?
It was one time when we were all together.
I'm sorry, but doesn't his stepmom know your cup size?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yes, she does, because you left your bra behind.
I did.
I forgot about that.
I did not.
Had a nickname.
You forgot that Riley's original nickname for Cindy was Miss 36C?
I forgot about that, yeah. But Riley, I don't know where these shitty guys keep coming from and why they're not, we should do something about that, but that's not indicative of you.
No, I just seem to attract them.
All the pretty girls do.
Yeah.
If only Cindy was there to say that to her.
I know. Cindy would have already left and stabbed whoever that guy was. Cindy would have just been like, excuse me, portal. I need a portal. No questions. Please just open it.
Yeah, I think I need to go put the fear of God to this guy.
I mean, sure.
Is that something that you would be all right with? Because we're already on the verge of Emerald City Civil War soon anyway.
I mean, I've already quit. Told him that we can't have a professional relationship. And of course, apparently I also can't have a professional relationship with your teammate because I fucked up there. But
what happened with Star Knight? Who I assume is who you're talking about.
You were in the car. Weren't you?
You got drunk and said some things you weren't supposed to. That's fine. That happens to all of us.
I didn't just say, I tried to throw myself at him. How am I supposed to represent him now?
You just pretend like it didn't happen.
Yeah, just be cool.
You're not there, Cindy. Hush.
Cindy has really terrible advice.
Well, that's also true.
Look, I'm going to go have a conversation with this Robert guy. But Roger, he doesn't deserve his own real name.
Not because Alex forgot it or anything.
And when I'm done talking to him, Star Knight's completely fine with what happened. He has not said anything to me about it. And when I get back, I think we should have a conversation about you coming back to work with us.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. And she kind of looks at how much of the bottle is now empty. Maybe it could wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, of course. No. Give her a friendly, reassuring hug.
She will kind
Now
of
I'm going to go
stiffen.
find that Roger guy.
She will kind of stiffen when you hug her. In just that, like, I don't think he's gonna do anything, but you have a penis, therefore I don't trust you.
That's fair.
He also has a fiance that would chop it off.
I mean, fair. But,
Yeah, I'm engaged. I'm engaged to my soulmate. You have nothing to worry about from me.
and you know, she's still kind of your ex stepmom. It would just be weird. But she's like, I'm gonna go find one of the empty bedrooms and sleep this off.
Yeah, Roberta can hook you up. And I'm gonna go find Roger.
Roger? I mean,
Roger.
you know where the Sentinel
Roger.
base is. You probably know where his offices are.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to his office. Assuming that's
Crucible's
not
going to start the
Sentinel's
Civil
HQ.
War.
His regular offices are not where the Sentinels headquarters are. The
Okay.
Sentinels are set up in a lovely little brownstone house that is just that is near the neighborhood that Elysian Academy's in, that I can't think of the name of off the top of my head.
Yeah, that would be just my luck. I would stroll into their headquarters and beat up the manager.
Crucible's going to kick off the Civil War.
Uh-huh.
The Raven would knock me out.
But yeah, you know, you can go to his office, sure. I'm assuming you're going as Crucible, not as Ethan Blackwell.
Yeah, I'm going as Crucible.
Okay.
Are you telling anybody you're going?
Obviously not.
Obviously no. And obviously his comms were off, so because he didn't, you know, hear everything that was going on with your fight.
Yep.
All right. You can you'll fly you'll get there, and the receptionist will be like, Mr. Crucible, sir, how can we help you?
Is Roger in?
No, Mr. Lars has already gone home for the day.
Oh, I need to make a house call with him. Where is that?
She'll give you his address, which is a condo located actually not far from the Emerald Tower.
Cool. And I will go there.
Okay. Do you knock?
No, I'm going to pick up his condo and I'm going to move it just above the Pacific Ocean.
The entire building, or?
Yeah, the whole. Is it a single unit condo?
No. It's like the penthouse floor of a high rise apartment.
Yeah, I'll just take that.
Okay. Sure. That sounds suitably Magneto-ish.
The person below him is like, what the fuck?
Yeah, kind of. But
He just suddenly has no roof.
Fucking hate this place.
Like the upstairs neighbors are
First
so
it was the
loud.
noise complaints, then it was the water complaints, and now he literally took my roof.
actually,
God, sucks.
his underfloor neighbor has no complaints, or had no complaints.
He's about to.
Okay, so you take the apartment, move it out over the Pacific Ocean.
I'll just shake it until he comes to the window.
Doesn't come.
He's just like snow globing it.
Is he in there? Is there anybody in there? I'll go look.
There is nobody in there, and based on how pristine the apartment is, I don't think anyone's been there since the last time it was cleaned.
Did
God
he
damn
check
it.
before ripping it?
Please just
I'm
set
gonna
it
throw that
back.
in the ocean, and I'm gonna go back to the assistant.
Oh my
Wait,
god,
you're gonna throw it in the ocean?
Yeah, I'll just dump it in the ocean. I'm gonna go back to
the
the
pollution!
assistant.
Leaving his poor downstairs neighbor without a roof?
He doesn't need that.
You do realize Emerald City does not have a Dr. Metropolis, right?
I'll come and give him a roof later.
Hey, Crucible.
I'm
have you
Emerald
changed?
City's Dr. Metropolis.
I think you're
Hey,
becoming
hey,
a villain.
Crucible. Have you changed your character's name now that you've gone full supervillain?
No.
Okay.
That's gonna make you
So you're
fucking
gonna go
dump
back to
Dwight
the
in
office?
ocean.
Yes, I'm gonna go back to the office.
Okay.
Hey, he wasn't there, lady.
Please tell me she saw him carrying a building out to the ocean.
Probably not.
Oh no.
I don't know what to tell you other than, you know, he left and said he was going home for the day. I could call him.
Yeah, that would be great.
She'll, you know, pick up the phone, dial, waits. Should I leave a message?
Does he have a pacemaker?
No. Mr. Lars is in excellent physical health.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. Goddamn sex pest. He'd go if he wasn't going to go home.
I'm sure I couldn't tell you. It's not my responsibility to keep track of his comings and goings. You could check with his publicist, Miss Birch.
That's who I'm here on behalf of.
Oh, well, if she doesn't know where he is, I certainly wouldn't.
Okay. He's not answering his phone.
She will put the receiver down at this point.
It's really important that I find this guy.
I'm happy to send a message. I don't know what else to tell you.
Can you try sending him a text and saying that there's an urgent emergency that requires his help?
Of course. She'll pull out her phone and
His life's in danger?
she just kind of looks. Is it?
It is, as a matter of fact.
I'm the danger.
I'm the man who knocks.
Yep. She will type in the message and send.
Knock, knock, knock. Axe murderer, here to axe murder you.
Land shark.
I mean, we can wait for a response. I don't know what else.
I'm happy to wait. Would you like a sparkling water?
I would offer that to you normally.
They've got metal caps. I can bring him over here without you having to get up.
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay.
She just kind of looking at her phone. It's saying delivered, not even read. I really don't. Perhaps you could trace his phone. I don't know what else to offer to you.
Do you have his hold please? Tommy? I'm gonna send Tommy a message.
Yeah.
Can you track a cell phone number?
Does a bear shit in the woods?
I will send him the phone number. Just
And then
I need to find this guy.
Wait a second. If how closely related are bears to Sasquatches?
Just because I'm going to become a Yeti doesn't mean I know the answer to that question.
Yeah, no, sure. And Tommy will, you'll hear clickety clackety clickety clack. Oh, that's weird.
What's weird?
Number doesn't exist.
What do you mean this number doesn't exist?
I mean, there's no, I'm bouncing signals off of satellites, and it's just saying it's not here.
This douchebag just disappeared off the face of the earth.
I guess if someone took it off planet, that would be the same effect. But I mean, I can see
hanging out with my dad.
I can see it's registered to Roger Lars. And,
Does he have any other properties in the area?
Yeah. I think we've established that your comms have like at least a little bit of a display screen.
Mm.
So he'll shoot it over to you, and it just scrolls and scrolls and scrolls. He's got a lot of property. Why are we looking for the Sentinels sponsor? I mean, are we about to go to war with them or something?
He tried to do something bad to Riley, and I need to go have a conversation with him about that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I can set an alert, so if the signal comes back online.
Yeah, or if he's has he had a surgery to have like a medical replacement or like a hip replacement or anything? So a metal plate in his head I can track down.
Tap, 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 tap. No, he's no hospitalizations, no listed surgeries. He competed in an Ironman last spring. Came in first in his age group.
I know Aaron has insisted that Riley is not a supervillain, but Riley killed this man.
Yeah, I'm not calling her a supervillain for that one. She's based.
No. Yeah, no. Valid.
I'm on her side.
Yep.
I didn't say I wasn't on her side. I'm just stating facts.
He did nothing wrong.
I'd argue that's not a supervillain act at all.
I'll just keep an eye out, Tommy, and if
no, absolutely. If there's any digital indication of this of this asshole, I will let you know.
Awesome. And I'll send a text off to Raven. Or the Rook, sorry, not Raven, the Rook.
Okay.
Hey, have you heard from your representative Roger? Question mark.
You'll get a response almost immediately. Haven't talked to him in a couple of days, but he doesn't. Haven't talked to him in a couple of days. That's not unusual. Is there something that I need to know about?
Roger wasn't Roger.
Roger, my dad.
Roger was a pod person. It's a Gru invasion.
Roger made an unwanted advance on one of his employees. I need to have a conversation with him.
There's the 3 dots. Nothing. 3 dots. Nothing. I'll get back to you. We need to have a team meeting.
I'll sort it for you. Just tell me where it is.
Sort it.
I mean, he doesn't. After he sends that, he does not respond again.
Great.
All right.
I need
I'm going
find
to
the
say,
deepest
for the
cut.
sake of narrative, because combat does not take all that long in Mutants and Masterminds,
Hmm.
that we are now caught up so that if you guys want to communicate with Ethan or Ethan wants to communicate with you, you can do so.
It's kind of hey, Ethan,
Crucible, where the fuck are you?
we have a bunch of people we need to help again.
Happy to help. Where do you need me?
A portal opens up right next to you.
Here
Awesome.
at the secret
I
base
will.
where I got kidnapped and you didn't come help.
And you left me behind.
I mean, you're fine.
I was fine, but I could have not been.
That's not the point.
Look,
My bad.
the fact that I was fine doesn't change the fact that I did genuinely get kidnapped.
So
You make
I'm sorry. Somebody did something bad to Riley, and I was trying to help find them.
Oh, never mind, understandable.
I did throw a penthouse apartment in the ocean.
What the fuck?
Do you just hear
Can you-
Keone behind you just snapping? Like,
Can you-
Oh,
yeah.
understandable, that's fine. What the fuck?
Can we go back to the beginning? Something happened to Riley and you threw a penthouse in the ocean. What?
The fucking pollution? They were suffering
Ooh,
enough.
that's true.
They didn't need a penthouse in there.
I mean, to be fair though, we could just chalk it up to a what are those man-made reefs? I'm sure the fish will take care of it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, but
I
all
just
the
helped-
other things that have been dumped in there because of what was in the penthouse that just
Can
got
we-
thrown in.
whoa, everyone. Crucible. What happened?
That
So that guy that Riley's been working for tried to put his hands on her against her will, and
Are we?
I guess that's
talk-
also. I
are
guess
we
that's also the
talking-
person that Star Knight's working for.
When you say put his hands on her, are we talking made a move, punched her? What can you? What happened?
It was an
Mhm.
unwanted move of a sexual nature.
kill him.
Okay, so he didn't like just start punching her or something like that, or mug her or something. We're talking
No.
about sexual harassment.
Kill.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Okay.
that's out of character.
Kill him. I'm trying to.
I mean, to be
Bella
fair,
would never
it's,
say kill.
And
to be fair, it's absolutely in Keone's wheelhouse.
It's my voice through Keone's mouth.
and you found out, and you threw his penthouse into the ocean.
I was trying to interrogate him, but I can't find him.
Okay, can
And
you
so,
get,
because you couldn't find him, you threw his penthouse into the ocean.
I mean, I assumed he was in the penthouse when I picked up the penthouse.
can you get it out of the ocean?
Probably.
Okay, do that.
Have you found him?
No. But Tommy's on the case.
And go get the penthouse out of the ocean.
Okay.
So, Aaron, I technically, through Riley, am associated with this guy.
I mean, not really. He was one of Riley's clients, her biggest client, and you are one of Riley's clients. You don't work.
So I don't have like a direct.
No,
Okay.
I thought he was Riley's boss.
no.
Oh.
Riley
I
was
just
doing
wanted to make
publicity
sure.
for Lars's enterprises, but he was not her only client.
And if I remember correctly, I think it was he helped introduce her to Star Knight.
No,
No, it's
No?
Johnny.
no, he the only real way that his connections, the Riley connection has been used was Riley introduced Reyna to the Sentinels. But yeah, no, there's no direct connection between
Right.
I
I just wanted to make sure that that was the case.
Crucible. When you find him, what do you intend to do to him?
Keone will step in with just spikes coming out of every
I
inch
asked
of her
Crucible.
body, and
I
she'll be
very
like, "We're going to kill him."
I very specifically asked Crucible. I say, looking over at Keone.
Yeah, my plan was to grab him by the metal in his head and shake him until he stopped touching people who didn't want to be touched.
Okay. Can I ask the question that's going to piss off people and make everyone uncomfortable?
I'd suggest not, but I don't think I can stop you.
Did you have that inclination to do it to Riley when she sexually harassed Star Knight? I am not
I don't know that I would say that that's not what happened.
I am not excusing what he did.
Was he drunk?
I just want to make sure that we need to take a step back and make sure we're not going straight to murder or throwing people's houses into the ocean.
Well, the ocean house thing's already happened.
Perhaps instead, we could look at proportionate responses.
Did you say
Don't mind
anything
me,
about
yeah.
raising the roof when you took that penthouse off? Because that's what I would have done in that moment. I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt, but like you had like a perfect opening for it. So
Did you
I
at least
didn't-
have your music player play tear the roof off the sucker or something?
I didn't. I was waiting to do all the cool stuff until I saw him freaking out on the balcony. Like, but I alerted the Rook over on the Sentinels, and he said they were going to have a team meeting, and then they'd let me know
Okay.
if they heard from me.
Let me ask the other question then. What has Riley asked you to do?
It's just to have a conversation with him.
are you gonna put the penthouse back? I think if you're gonna do that, you should do it sooner than later, because the
Please
more
don't
water
do
it
it.
takes on, the more it's gonna spread into the rest of the building if you put it back.
The
Yeah,
more
I'll-
we leave it in there, the more it's gonna pollute the ocean.
I'll
Also
put it
that-
back.
God, okay, sorry. Leaping back to why I'm here. Actually,
I might throw in a volcano instead.
sure.
Did
That's
you say that, or is that what you're gonna do?
I muttered that to myself.
both. um, we didn't actually solve the issue, which was Packrat.
No, we didn't. But we might have solved the bigger issue because we might now know where the Grand Master has his actual true base of operation.
Fair.
And I don't think he knows that we know.
Okay. Fair.
We're
That
still
feels like a
having
step in the
this
right direction.
conversation while we're in this base, right?
No, we would have already gone back because we went back with to talk to
More
Crucible.
people in our house.
Not to we're jumping subjects here, but we're gonna have somebody like disassemble that base, right?
Yeah.
We got
Kiana,
people.
you found info, right?
I
we'll
found
do
a,
we'll do our standard, like, let the appropriate authorities, Aegis probably know about, hey, we found a supervillain base. Do your thing.
Sure.
And the other subject is touchy, but I never felt. I felt awkward, but I did not feel in danger by what Riley was doing in the car. She was drunk, and I know that's not an excuse, but
They absolutely are not equivalent things.
yes, they are not.
And that,
That should
to
be
be clear, that is
recognized.
not my point. They are not equivalent. But we need to think with the heads in our brains. And not with the ugh, man, me protect instinct.
I repeat, we found a research.
What was that?
We found research, right?
Yes, you have information.
We could look into that first and just see if we can narrow down more of what was happening, like how we did at the last base.
I mean, if you hadn't blown up the computer,
Yeah, I know, but there were still was there still papers or documented?
there were papers, yes.
Well, I want to look over those papers.
Okay. There are a lot of medical records that are well outside your expertise.
I could ask my aunt if she can help make sense of some of this.
Don't
That would
doubt
be
my
nice.
medical expertise. I figured out how to do an X-ray, a brain scan. I can do
Perfect.
anything.
I mean, the horrible thing is someone with an intelligence as high as you can literally put half a point into an expertise, and you're one of the experts. You know, you're one of the most qualified people on the planet at that point.
I have a treatment of 15. I can at least try to bullshit it together.
Sure. But you don't have the, like, you can look at, like, the medical effects that it had on bodies. You can't make hide nor hair out of the science of what was done
Fair.
to them.
That's
'Cause
fair.
You do not have science.
Nope. That's what I lack.
But yes, your Whitney's aunt would be an excellent resource.
So let's dig
So would
into
Arthur
the-
Blackwell if you could find him.
So let's dig
Can't find
into
anybody. I've never ever been able to find a single person ever.
No, that's not true. We found Whitney's aunt.
Yeah.
I didn't find Whitney's aunt. We found Whitney's aunt.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So let's
I couldn't find
dig in-
Epiphany Jones. I couldn't find my dad.
let's dig into what we've acquired. Let's wait for Riley to wake up, and she can tell us what she wants and doesn't want.
And let's pick that up next week. Because it's 10:30.
Yippee.
Is it already?
Yeah, it is.
Oh wow.
That went fast.
Oh.
Drama.
Huh? Drama.
Drama makes it go fast.
So,
See, I told you, just let Alex hop on the trauma train.
So thank you all so much for joining us tonight. News around our network. Tomorrow, Alex is taking us back to Titan City for, well, I'll let him go into that. We will be back here next week for City of Destiny, assuming I can figure out how to put my son to bed without my wife present. With that, I'll go ahead and pass it around the table so that everyone can say goodnight and plug whatever it is they want to plug and all of that stuff. So let's start with Alex.
Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, everybody. Hope you're still having as much fun as we are here on the City of Destiny. But yeah, tomorrow night I'll be running a one-shot set in the Titan City universe called The Memory Remains, which features a group of monster police officers making their way out into the suburbs to solve a monster attack. Everybody in the town has forgotten what happened on May 15th, and they got to figure out where those memories went. So I'm sure it'll be a ton of fun. We have a lot of great players, and I'm excited to bring a couple of guest people who haven't been on the channel before. So it'll be and yeah, I'll pass it over to my partner in crime, Aunt Puppy.
I don't have anything. Just play a game. Calvin?
Okay. I'm glad we're finally playing again. It has been a long while, especially over Origins, where I wish I'd gotten to see people, but perhaps next year. As for my own personal stuff going on, over on the Win with Dice channel, on the YouTubes, if you are there, we had a video last week of playtesting the new game that Ramon has been working on. It's a fighting game inspired tabletop RPG that's about like attacking and countering and basically bringing the same sort of fighting game style into tabletop, and I think it's pretty cool. So we uploaded about an hour playing through that last week, and we have a podcast episode coming out tomorrow that I think is going to be very cool and interesting. I got some more editing to do, but hopefully people like it. I don't want to say what it is yet, but it's a thing we've talked about for quite a while, and I hope people are going to be excited for it.
I'm already excited.
Yeah, it's... I don't want to say anything. I want it to be a surprise, but it's cool. I promise it's cool. And I guess with that super vague outro, I will pass it up to Jenny.
As usual, nothing to plug. Today, my pretty girly trans color phone case came in, and I was excited about that. I just want to show it off real quick because it's awesome. But as usual, be kind to people, especially yourself. And I will pass it to my name almost twin.
Thank you. I don't really have much. Thank you all for coming. I always love playing. And I guess I won't be here next week, will I?
We don't know yet. It kind of depends on how your mother does dancing.
I might not be here. So, pray that I'm not here and that my mom did well. Because if I'm not here, it means things went well for my mom. Yay! But yeah, I might not be here, might be here. Schrodinger's appearance next week. You'll have to tune in to find out. Take care of yourselves. We love you all. I don't know who all has went, so I wasn't paying attention. I think that was the first. I'm not sure.
I think I'm the only one who has.
Okay, Gary, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I was trying to
It's not that I forgot you. I just wasn't paying attention to anyone.
I don't have a whole lot. Did get to meet a couple people in person in Origins, and that was awesome. So hopefully next year I can meet a couple more. Yeah, Star Knight just needs some time. All of this is still compressed within a couple weeks. He needs a break.
Getting one.
We'll see where next week takes us. And I'll pass it back to Aaron.
So just a couple of things I have to plug. First of all, as Jemmy kind of talked around, Jemmy and my wife will both be competing at the North American Irish Dance National Championships next weekend in Washington, D.C. Well, just outside of it, National Harbor. And so
that part, I was like, oh yeah, Mom's going too. Hooray!
Which is why hopefully we'll be streaming as I try to figure out how to be a single parent to the 4-year-old who goes to bed right in the middle of our stream. But we'll figure something out. And Jemmy will be able to join us if they're not at the award ceremony that evening. So hopefully Jemmy won't be able to join us. The other thing I want to say is, today's a sad day in comicdom. The news came out earlier today that Jim Shooter passed. If you don't know who Jim Shooter is, then you know nothing about Marvel Comics from the last 100 years.
Which is okay, but go learn.
Yeah, go learn. Because without Jim Shooter, comics would look very different today. So, I understand he was apparently a difficult man to know, but you have to admire the work. So, and with that, it was great to meet those of you who I met at Origins, and hopefully we'll get to see more of you next year. And hopefully lots of you will be here tomorrow night to watch Alex terrify people in Titan City. That will be it for those of us here at the Untold Stories Project. So until next time, keep rolling those 20s. Bye.
Upper Cabin Wave.